Hi everybody, my name is Megan. I'm a 42, almost 43-year-old living in Los Angeles, and my fiance and I lost our baby McKenna a year and 4 months ago, and we have been trying to conceive for over a year now, just over a year, and haven't had any success. But today I'm going to take a test. I'm not that hopeful, but you never know. If life has taught me anything, you never know. I haven't really talked about McKenna too much, but I know a lot of people have been commenting and being very supportive, and I thought I should share at least some, so everyone knows, about her. I was 41, obviously, almost, a year and 4 months ago. It was August 19th is when it all started. August 19th, 2014. It was my fiance's 40th birthday and the day before our due date. And that day I started having what I refer to as phantom contractions. And my mom and I were just having fun, kind of just feeling everything tightening up a little bit more in it and, anticipating what we knew was about to happen. What we thought was going to happen. And early on the 20th, on her due date, I started having very strong contractions, and we timed them, and by the afternoon, early afternoon, we had the good formula. They were 3 to 4 minutes long, 3 to 4 minutes apart, or not 3 to 4 minutes long, you know what I mean. Anyway, it shows how fuzzy your brain gets after things like this. We go to the hospital, and I wasn't dilating, so I was sent home, and everything looked fine, they said. I went home, continued having contractions through the rest of the night, and the next morning I woke up around, I think I waited to wake my mother up by 7. I held off until 7 for her for some reason. And I got them and we went back in because I thought I can't take this anymore. This pain is just, it was too much, and they were too close, and it was just, I thought this has to be it. No water breaking, nothing like that. So I go in again, they monitor me, still haven't dilated. 1 centimeter. This whole time, 1 centimeter. And was discouraged from being admitted. I wanted to be admitted, but was discouraged because I was told they would probably be pushing for a C-section, and this was my first, and I really wanted to have her. And they didn't seem to have any alarm. We had a beautiful pregnancy. My blood sugar was great. My blood pressure was amazing. No doctor could believe that I was the age that I was because I was AMA, advanced maternal. And so no one could foresee. So I was sent home again after being basically well, I guess now they call it pre-labor because I didn't dilate. It was not officially labor. Bet me. And I was in that for over 36 hours when they sent me home the second time. And I went home and I tried to lay down and take a nap because I was exhausted. I hadn't really slept at all. I tried to nap and woke up, and my cousin had written on Facebook that she had gotten some greasy hamburgers and immediately went into labor. So I sent Tony, like, they weren't greasy, but I sent Tony to In-N-Out, which I haven't had since. And he went to In-N-Out and came back, and we ate a little bit. And my mother had been monitoring my contractions for us and writing them down. And she started to notice, we both did, that they were getting further apart but longer in duration. And I thought it was just because McKenna was absolutely worn out. I was. So I thought she's just exhausted. And my mom said, no, that's not right. She said, and has she been moving around as much as usual? And I said, no. Again, I thought she was just exhausted. And I tried, all the tricks that moms to be know, the frozen peas on the belly, laying on the side, and couldn't get her to react. So we went straight to the hospital again, and by that time it had been maybe an hour and a half since I had felt her last, maybe. By the time we actually got in and got hooked up and everything and talked to them, that's what I said. I remember saying that. And they hooked the fetal monitor up to me, a thing I had had on my belly every week for the past 6 weeks of my pregnancy, and every month for the months before that. I'd heard her heartbeat, and I have videos of sound of her heartbeat. And they hooked it up to me, and we didn't hear anything. And I thought, I got a broken one. But I got a broken one. Let's just go get another one. And so they did. They went and got another one. Came back in, hooked it up. And nothing. And they did a ultrasound. And I saw her again, like I had seen her so many times. Her beautiful little profile with this nose. And right where her heart would flutter, it was just black. And I remember looking up at the ceiling and thinking, this isn't happening. And I looked at Tony, my fiance, and I could tell he didn't understand what was happening. And then I looked at my mother, and she was heartbroken. She was broken. And I asked for someone to pinch me because I thought I was dreaming. I thought I finally fell asleep, and this is what I dreamed. I mean, I had crazy dreams in my pregnancy. Gosh, crazy dreams. Well, that's a whole nother video. course, there was one dream that I actually got to see McKenna. She was about 3 or 4 years old. And I think about that dream all the time. But, so we lost McKenna at 40 weeks and 1 day. And she was born beautiful. And she was 21 inches long and 7 pounds and 7 ounces. And it took 24 more hours after we learned about her passing for me to be able to deliver her. And we got to spend time with her. And I got to sing to her. And we bathed her and we dressed her. And I know a lot of you out there have been through exactly that. And I know some of you out there have been through much worse. And my heart goes out to all of you too. So that's our story with McKenna. Our baby pineapple is what we called her. Our pineapple. So, and now we've been trying. We don't have any other children. We met very late in life and fell in love and immediately started trying. Got pregnant with her within 6 months of starting to try. We were so lucky. I know we were lucky. And I do feel hopeful that we can do this again. But I know time is not on my side. I'll be 43 in February. And I know time is not on my side. And we don't have the money to do all the treatments. If we came up with money for that, then we wouldn't have money to raise the child. So, anyway. So, I have a test to take. And like I said, I'm not feeling that hopeful. I think I had my period, but it was really light, and only lasted like 2 days. And so last night I thought, what if that was not my period? What if that was something else? And of course I was up all night thinking about this. So we're going to do this. We have a Clear Blue Easy. We'll see. Supposedly this is fast, so let me get my little timer out. Okay, and I count 5 seconds to dip this in. I won't dip. I already peed in the cup, so you don't have to watch me do that. Okay, so in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that popped up pretty fast, if that's what that is. Now we lay it flat, I guess. I just hit the wrong button. There we go. It says a positive should pop up in about a minute, and a negative, well, I don't know. You have 3 minutes to read it, but I don't think this is going to take 3 minutes. So, if this is a negative, then hopefully we have another opportunity Christmas time. We're not always together. He travels a lot for work, so it's not always good timing. Let's put the lid on it. And who knows what the new year will bring. So it's been just over a minute. That's negative. I don't think it's going to change. Great. So my periods are getting lighter. It's probably not a great sign either. That's pretty strong negative. I don't think it's going to turn into a positive, so I'm not going to waste everyone's time. Negative. Like I said, I try to stay positive and try to hope for just a beautiful future. Tony and I will have one way or another together. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. I hope to see you again in 28 days or less.